almost said 90, Allie. 89 live stream. Weekly.
Whoa, that's a lot.
We do these every week.
Too many.
You know what? No. No, we haven't hit 100 yet, and we haven't hit the 108. So we're getting there. Wait, is it 100,
okay.
112? Yeah.
Don't ask me to do math.
Oh gosh, why does the audio go?
Oh no. Do I need to boost myself?
No, the Picarto web app just started playing it.
Yeah, it was set to full volume for mine.
Oh man. They're just something.
They cray cray.
All right. Today we have people. Allie.
It's an alley right here.
Ooh, we have a cute pencil case.
Me.
We got a hollow note.
I'm here.
And we got me. Hi.
You know that Zamzam. The Zamzam bro.
Oh, that bro.
He's friendly. He'll just, nibble your brain.
Zombies, all we want to do is eat your brains. Today's theme on the Eggie is monsters. So monster this thing up. Yo.
Spooky. Pocket monsters, digital monsters, monsters under the bed, monsters in pretty dresses that are extra fluffy.
Monsters running for president.
That's too real, man.
I just realized we are going to be doing one of these on Halloween.
Wait, really?
Yeah, not even kidding. Halloween's on a Tuesday.
Ooh, weird.
Spooky.
There's the possibility I won't be here. I might be running a haunted house. But we'll see.
Yeah, I might not be here either.
Well, that's just because you'll be scaring children and stealing their candy.
Well, I mean, I do have a fursuit.
Scaring children and stealing candy. Got it.
In a fursuit.
I can do it. It is a lion.
I'd be lying if it wasn't cute.
Ba-da-ba.
Yeah.
Scary.
All right.
So,
Art.
things.
Yeah. So the first picture on the top left-hand corner is by actually someone in the chat critiquing with us today. Yeah, the squeak in the corner is her. So, cute pencil case. Tell us about this gorgeous picture.
I tried to do one like this some time ago. It didn't work well, so I tried something smaller. But something was wrong with the cauldron, I think.
So this is the recreation of that crazy cauldron picture you had a while ago?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought you finished that thing because it was gorgeous. All right. Well, let's see how we can help you out on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I said it before, and the ring width wasn't the same on both sides. And we are looking pretty much straight onto this bad boy, so I'm just this one right here. Just give it the every littlest cinch upwards, and you should be good. Oh my god, that's so cute. There's just a pony peeking out of a drawer.
And I'd almost say the same for the handle attachment here. It could be turned a little more. Like, it feels closer to being like we're looking straight onto it than being turned. So like if we trying to figure out sketch it, 'cause it's hard to like speak. It's like, yeah, you need to rotate that 90 degrees southwest of something or other.
Of the
So hard to
Ecuador.
of the equator, not the equator of
No,
Ecuador.
yes. So just this little country over here, yeah, there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, just kind of like turn it more so we're looking at its side a bit.
Yeah.
Just a nice little fix there. I know mine's like it's a sloppy sketch, but
Your
impact falls.
Your ponies remind me very much of like Beanie Babies in their design. What I mean by that is they have no, or I should say plushies, because they really have no hip to them. They just sort of go straight leg with a gap and then the hawk. And the hawk is very minimal. Is your goal to completely remove that hip? Or is it just a side effect?
Just in this one. I tried to simple. Just the ponies, make the shape simpler.
Alright. As long as it was intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, it had more of a belly before, but I just took it out.
Hmm.
Your perspectives on here are pretty dang good overall.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, you were having trouble with the last one with perspective, but this one looks really great perspective.
Hmm.
If the other one to do two eye.
Ah, I see.
This hoof here, though, you made that leg really. I don't know. I think it's because it's so short on the back of it.
Mm.
I don't know how to fix that with the way you've changed up the body, though. Because you have made, like if we compare it to this leg here, you have made them very short to start. So you've just sort of pointed the hoof. Just feels off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Maybe if I just turn it as much.
Maybe. It might take some experimentation. Maybe on a separate page so you don't ruin this one.
Yeah, the legs were supposed to be bigger, but I started with Starlight, and then I couldn't really erase much, or I would ruin the background. So just
Mm-hmm.
the other ponies around to look more like her.
So how are you planning on coloring this? Are you going to digitize it after?
Now I'm going to watercolors.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I mean, I don't see anything huge else to really talk about. Is there something you were having problems with that we didn't say anything about?
No, it's just really the cauldron didn't look.
Mm-hmm. Then I say you're well on your way, and this is going to be awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Boom. Slam dunk.
All right, next. We're going to do Orangey McOrange over here.
Alrighty.
This is by a new person called Squirt, Sqort.
Definitely squirt.
Uh,
I don't know.
apparently, they're suggested for the critique stream.
That'd be by me.
You're their friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I suggested this person throw their art at us because it's actually really interesting. And I really like how he did a lot of this.
Looks like you went after the fact with a black textured pencil and redid some lines. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Not seeing any real problems with the pony. I might add a bit of a shoulder to it, but really not necessary. The outside ear does stick out weirdly compared to the inside ear here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would just
Yeah.
scooch that thing inwards.
One of my main issues with it was that the the dock that she's sitting on, I don't know if it's a dock, the boardwalk or whatever. I feel like it's at the wrong perspective. Because you have the yeah. So you have the horizontal like line coming in, but you also have the dock line coming in, so it's kind of weird.
For me, the thing that throws it off is these poles, because I'm not quite sure they're supposed to be like, you know, you look at a human lamppost and they hold up the lights, because right now it looks like it's about the same height as the pony. Like, are they supposed to be like railings, or are they supposed to be light
I think
posts?
they're
that
supposed to
hang
be
off
railings because like docks have like those long like the thick poles that come up. Trust me, I live on the beach. These things
I grew up on the
exist.
beach too. Usually
Oh,
docks for me, they usually had nothing at all because people would go fishing off them or swimming off them, and there'd be like a ladder, or they'd
yeah.
have sturdy wooden blocks, not like little ropes, because you know, little ropes won't stop you.
I
Plus,
think
like
that
the
was
lights
more
make.
of a like I think that was like more of a style choice with the robes.
Well, then the thing that confuses me is the lights, because like I've never really seen the light bulbs hanging from handrail ropes.
Oh, totally seen it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But they just all it is a string light across the rope. Yeah, it's just light up the dock while you're walking across it. It makes life easier.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do see some. You were saying there's some issue with perspective on the dock. It starts out pretty good, but because it follows that same angle instead of curving with the picture, it does cause some little oddness. What I mean by curving with the picture is, if we're going to follow that same one, I would take this and go like this and go like this and go like this and go like this. And these should actually grow larger as they come towards you. Because perspective!
Woo,
Yay.
perspective!
I might have overdone it on one of them, but yeah, you get the idea.
Never enough perspective.
It doesn't stay. It doesn't stay the same size. It grows. That's the fun of perspective. Oh look, they're in the chat. Cool.
I do like your oversaturated orange puke. It's pretty.
If your puke looks like this, you should probably stop drinking orange cola.
Mm-hmm. That orange drink.
Or
It's
definitely
dangerous.
start vomiting onto,
Canvases. Yeah. I would, however, take the poles and change their angle just a touch. Would I? Yes, I would. This one should be tilted inwards. This one should come more towards the viewer. I know it's hard to see, but now we see the top of it.
I almost want, like, to help with your composition, I almost want to see land. Because this feels like, with the way the boards are placed, this feels like walking up the side. So you'd see, like, where'd I put my pen? Like, you'd see the beach kind of peeking, touching this area here in the slightest ways. To just give it something more, because it just kind of goes into vast openness. If you wanted to play with something to change it up, because I feel like it could definitely aid it.
Thank you, Pencil Case is trying to recreate one of your clouds.
Yes. Maybe. Kind
But yeah, really, that was like my only thing with it was the perspective on the dock thing, dock boardwalk, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, thing you want to call it. And that perspective.
All right. You have a bunch of little stars everywhere in the water, which is really cool with the reflection. But your actual light up in the atmosphere only shows stars past this point, which would mean you only get stars around this area. You're only reflecting what's available to be seen. You can't reflect more than that's there. If you get what I mean. You're reflecting the world. Reflect what's visible. Yeah. Beyond that, I might want to say add in a little different color. Because orange on orange on orange on orange on brown on orange is a very muted palette. But a muted palette isn't actually a bad thing. But if you're to toss in a little green, holy cow, would that green pop.
Mm-hmm. And I might even consider don't use black for your lines, because it feels a little odd that that's the only use of black in the entire image. Like, nothing else has black outlines. So it feels like maybe use a different color for that. A different way to, like, make those edges hard.
Any further questions there? Hello, Pucker Steve. Pucker Sturve. It is kind of weird that the clouds are at sea level, though. And that large. And by kind of weird, I mean, what the heck's going on?
Storm is coming.
Yeah, it's not... Okay. You know what?
But that's bright sky at night, sailor delight. Bright sky in morning, sailors take warning. So there is no storm coming.
Problems with lighting and texture. Your lighting seems fine in here. You've lit from the brightest source, which is your sun, and then you have a secondary light on the hair and the back of the ears from the lights. That all makes sense. Don't worry about too much bouncing light hanging around there, because that sun is going to outdo every single light source on there by a large margin. So the little light bulb hanging above her head, yes, it'll give that glow on the top of her mane, but everywhere past there, like the tail, it's not gonna affect it. Not with the amount of light a sun shines up or blasts out. Texture. Your texture looks fine. It's not over and it. If you're to throw much more texture into this picture, you're going to have to follow up with texture for everything. Because right now the very minor texture you've thrown on the wood, just enough. Any further questions? Or is there any disagreement among our lovely crowd over here? Going once? Going twice? Sold to the lowest bidder.
Oh.
Alright, we're going to move on to the next one.
Awesome.
Which is going to be the one right below that, because it's easiest for me to scroll that way.
Awesome.
And this one is by Mr. Halo 755. Do we have Mr. Halo in here? No, we don't, but we do have 13 users. And
welcome, 13 users.
a new name I don't recognize. Hello, Cold Trail.
Dang it, Addie.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh. Fine, I'll do this.
This is like the most standard pony. I love the way the clothing is shaped. Makes so much sense for ponies.
It hugs nicely, yeah.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with what Cute Pencil Case is doing. Definitely could use a little bit more marshmallow in that pony leg.
And the connection points, yeah.
And the connection points, yeah.
That eye is huge.
So, I'll start out and I'll actually talk about what Allie Claw was doing with the butt, and you can talk about the legs, because I was about to do the butt. So, really, like, she had drawn, just, like, do the circles first, because right now, you had kind of like one of these things going on, and you had the booty going out, and a lot of people want to actually do that, but she can't have that much booty. The booty is too strong, and it just kind of sticks out a lot.
I'm sorry. The way you said that was it was just so weird.
You need to get up to date. Nah. So yeah, like just kind of tone it back with the butt a bit, I guess. The booty is too strong, yeah.
All right, Ellie, you want to talk what you did?
I mean, Hollow took it from me. The circles, I just was drawing the circles up to kind of align the body because I felt it was slightly long and slightly too high. So yeah, simple. You know, we talk about our circles. We got the big head circle. Then we got slightly smaller chest circle, and then another slightly larger butt circle. All them proportions and all that fun stuff. Fun.
Cute pencil case. How about you?
I just made the
It's all right.
then a little a little lower, and I put back legs instead of they're right now they are all in line, but back legs should be a little upper because of perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah, you too sweet.
Aw, we got that's a booty shake.
A booty shake and a compliment. The day is made.
Hello,
Hi,
Stratobrow.
Strat.
All right. So my comment here is, I would just shrink the eye a little bit because it's a little overtaking of the entire head. I would also move the horn upwards. Generally, it moves out on a 45-degree angle from the top of the head. So we can see I've bisected it both horizontally and vertically. And then off that top corner, I've drawn a 45-degree angle out. And voila, horn has been formed. Yeah, beyond that, it's awesome. Love the clothing. Love the foot wrap. Stuff makes sense on these horses like this. Those big flowy dresses that sort of hang off don't, really. Just sort of weird. This is really cool. Really cool exploration of design.
Are you insulting my waifu?
It might be. There's a possibility. But only because horses.
Rude.
I would like to...
Hay is for horses.
I would like to remind everyone that there is still a Eggy going on. Everyone should hop into the Eggy. Because holy cow! There's a lot of demon Pokemon stuff appearing in here.
Oh, goody.
The way the Eggy works is you hop in, you make a layer for yourself, and you get to draw. It should automatically create a layer, but sometimes it gets a little buggy. I suggest just creating one. And you get to add on. We try not to destroy any of anyone else's art hanging around here, but feel free to add on to the image.
Collaborate with your fellow art people.
Yeah.
I swear to God, as soon as...
Like maybe you wanted to draw a demon Raritado riding on the back of the dragon. Fine.
Go for it. I believe in you.
All right, on to the next picture. What's the fun if you can't destroy other people's art? Lots of fun. Lots. Yeah.
You know, friendship.
That thing that the
Ponies and
entire show is
stuff,
about. Friendship.
Being generally good to each other. Yeah.
Don't be a dude.
Don't be a butt.
There you go. Next picture is by Fruitiz. And it is, I'm back and in need of a critique, but without that comma in it. I haven't posted here in so long that I think I forgot, or that I think people forgot who I am. I remember you, Fruitiz, because you had a funny name. I haven't drawn in a while, and I'm worried about my drawing ability is worse. It might be. There's always a possibility if you haven't been here or you haven't picked up the pencil in a while, your hands have forgotten what a pencil is. But that's fine. Go drop and give me 20 ponies, and we'll talk. But anyway, I'd like to know how I did in this. Said picture is right here. A sketch pone. Also, I am in need of help with front views. I don't know. I know there's supposed to be the easiest, but it just looks weird when I finish it. They might be easy, but references. References. What's a reference? It's literally a picture from the show. Go fire up the ponies. We go like this. We grab the localist source of our ponies. In this case, it's Netflix. Because we pay for our content. Right?
Yes.
Of course we do.
My little pony.
My little equine.
And we're like, oh, Netflix, don't do that to me. We just drag it on down, and we go and scroll over to whatever thing we want, and we realize how bad the first season ponies looked compared to the new ones. What's going on with you, Twilight? And we have references forming. We just keep trying to find our reference. It's all front horses over here. They'll appear to us, I swear.
Never.
What's happening? It wondered why I was scrubbing like that. There's front horse. You just get no body. But yes, this is the way you do it. You just keep trying to find this right image if you are just completely confused. After you build up the library for yourself, it's very easy to go, oh, this is how a pony looks, and just use any reference to figure out that front.
Can I start?
Yes, you may. I finished my tangent
Okay.
on references.
Okay, cool.
It's all yours.
Yeah, well. Okay, so, I'm gonna erase my thing and then I'm gonna immediately put it back because I want to show you the difference. So, like, my big thing was the nose and the, like, shape of it and everything. So all I did was kind of just there, and, don't curve it up so much. Like, right now, it's kind of doing like one of these. And instead of like curving it off the face like that, what I personally do is on the lines, I personally kind of do one of these boxes. And see, like, even I have issues with it sometimes. So, like, it kind of shows you where the face needs to go, and then through that, I just kind of do one of these. Just like, yeah. So instead of just eyeballing it, it'll actually give you a fairly like defined area where their nose and everything needs to be. Then next thing is her neck is really long. But that's just a simple thing of just, move up the circles a little bit while you're doing it. So, like there and there instead of being down. But yeah, that's all I've got.
All right. I would like to give this person some props going on here. I see a full skeleton drawn on this picture.
Yes.
Yeah. You were worried about figuring out your horse? This is your way you get your horse. That measuring and comparing and drawing out skeletons and all sorts of happiness, that's the way you do it. That don't skip over the construction bits. It's so helpful. Completely agree with everything Hollow Note said. I don't see any issues with the legs. Yeah, the picture's good. I want to see more pictures from you. I know you said you just got back and you're worried that you might not be good. This is looking fine. Just do more. You're worried about that front pose? Do a front pose. Just jump right into it. Take your reference and go, I am going to draw this reference one for one. Place it next to it and draw it. I know people are like, oh my gosh, but tracing. No, you aren't selling it as your own. You aren't doing anything but studying off of it. Studying with tracing, completely fine. Just you're using it to figure out how they built that construction. So you're breaking it down by tracing it beside it, not over top of it, beside it. Got it? When you're done your trace, go and redo that picture without it. So just push it all off to the side and go, you were fun, and then redo it. And see how it goes. And then pick up your reference and go, okay, so these are the differences. And you're going to retry it one more time, this time using the reference, just to see how you improved on that. It'll take a day or two of effort because you might want to put it down and go, no more horse. That's fine. You're allowed to put down the pencil occasionally. All right. That's it for all of our art. Anyone else have any art they'd like critiqued?
Throw it at our faces.
In the meantime, I'd like to remind everyone that the Eggy is still going on. Eggy, brought to you by Eggs.
What is an eggs?
It's sort of like a single egg, but it's multiple just created into each other.
Ah, I see. Very technical.
Yes. Trust me, I am an excellent source of information.
Yeah.
That's okay, Stratojaw. Don't feel you need to throw art at us to be critiqued. If you feel that critique is too negative for yourself right now, that is fine. There are plenty of people who cannot take a critique, and that's fine. It does take a certain temperament at that time to say, yes, I have made mistakes, and I need to work on these mistakes. That's not every day. Don't feel bad about it.
Faux real.
Faux
It's
shizzle.
a personal thing. Art's personal. So we did get one thrown at our face, though.
Yeah, just resizing. Because it's 200 pixels too big. I once had one that was 1001. I still resized it. I'm not quite sure what's being drawn with the Demon Raritato, but yeah.
It's good. That's all that matters. If any of you have something, please feel free to throw it at our face now, because we'll just line it up and go boom, boom, boom. So don't feel like you have to wait till we finish something. Just go ahead, throw it at our faces. One of us should catch it. Sometimes we miss, but I mean, we have stuff on our face. Like, since just we're blind at the moment. What can we do?
All right, let's look at this multicolored magical horse. Let's get ready to critique. Bum, bum, bum. Wait.
I feel like I should actually, watch the new episodes as they come out to actually understand what these horses are.
This horse is not from the new episode.
No.
Maybe? I don't know.
No.
Might have been in the background.
Maybe?
I could have sworn that, everybody's drawing this horse, so I thought it was from the new episode.
No.
Rarity.
Everyone's drawing Rarity.
Yeah. Rarity did a punk rock thing.
Oh, this isn't...
No.
I thought this was the same horse.
The music? Music.
Okay.
And pink?
And pink. This isn't a Celestia scenario.
No, maybe Rarity just got a big tan.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Alright, we have multiple arts being tossed at us. Just lining them up.
Go for it. We can start on the critique and... Yeah, it's an OC horse.
Yes, Oak and Shield, that picture's not working. Can you figure out the URL for us again? Hey, stealing is fine. It's completely legal until you get caught.
So I totally agree with Q Pencil Case with how she's drawing the body circles and such. Where the last pony, or the pony we had a few ponies ago, had too long of a body, this one definitely felt it was too short, much too short. So drawing those circles in, like doing those under sketching, really can help you with proportions. So just think about those 3 circles. They will save your life when it comes to pony bodies and heads.
I just moved the ear forward a bit. That's all I got for the head. And very common issue right here on the neck. Let me show you the magic of this. If we curve it towards the base of the head instead of a straight line, it's now smooth.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. Just got a Q Pencil Case. You want to talk about your legs?
Just should curve like this, stuff like this, and I made this circle here so that instead of like this, it would have more like a place where the pony can like lay in.
Mm-hmm.
Just that.
Awesome. Does the person who submitted have any questions?
Never. No questions allowed.
What?
This is not a critique stream now. This is now the pirate stream. We're all pirates. Yardy har har har. You rock.
You just gave me a flashback to DWK. Thank you to that. Yardy har har har. Yardy har har har.
All right. On to the next picture. Let me just dump it on because we haven't got any further questions from them.
Sounds good.
Critique picture in picture. All right, we're going to start with the Dr. Hooves and Twilight one, and then move on to the Twilight and Fluttershy.
Awesome, awesome.
Oh my god, this is pretty.
It's cute, that's for sure.
It is cute. And I agree with the hawks, which is not something I usually agree with.
Sorry, the person asked Yeah. The person asked a question how to fix the snoot.
For the drawing before.
It's actually kind of fine for a female snoot.
Yeah, the snoot's fine.
I mean,
it looks good. It's
make it
pretty.
bigger if you want.
It's squishy.
if anything, I'd say because sometimes it's usually between like if you divide the head into fourths, so like line, line, line. Usually it's somewhere between this middle line here and this bottom line here. Usually mares, you see it more towards the bottom line. You get that real small petite muzzle. So it's just a matter of playing with it and see where you like, looking at references, where you know, shows and such. But you got a pretty nice muzzle. Nothing too.
MLP muzzles are very petite unless if they're Big Mac.
Like stallions have some. Stallions are trying to be horses. Ponies aren't. They're trying to be some unholy cute creature. Or mares.
I was gonna say, Allie, that's not fair to the rest of them. So I'm trying to figure out what is actually going on in this picture. I see Twilight in a cloak, and Dr. Hooves looking sheepish and sticking his tongue out, and Twilight is angry and glaring. You wanna tell us what the scene is here? You got the check of approval for fluff on the back of the ankles. It's a little concept art for a comic strip that you're doing. All right. Not seeing many problems with Twilight. It looks like the arm here is an artistic styling, where we've decided to actually use that bone as an elbow kind of thing. Oh. Well, Dr. Hooves, you should know better.
Silly Dr. Hooves. Boop.
I would add, with the amount of detail you've thrown in on these horses, I would almost want to, because the way your legs are shaped is really, really cool. I'd almost want to throw in just the top of the wing feathers here, these ones that build up here, just a little bit of detail. I do find it weird that this leg is supposed to be crossing over in front of the other one, but
I think that may be a tangent. Like,
Maybe?
I think it's just lifting up, and from the sketch, just some lines overlapped to make it visually look like they're. But I do believe this is in front, and this leg's just being lifted up.
All right, then I would make this a straight curve, because there's one bone here, not three or two.
My other comment would be is that you kind of have very drastic. Well, not some parts are drastic, like with Dr. Who's back legs and Twilight's back legs, and kind of some of the front leg parts where you're going for this very more like you have more definition than like a noodly pony would. So, and then Dr. Hooves is very cartoony. He's very round and bubbly. Doesn't have many, edges. So the leg fix I did kind of brought the legs apart, but if I just like erase so we can look at the original, they're kind of very squished together in a very cartoon-like manner, and it feels very drastically different to like the detail you have of Twilight. So I would maybe look at, leg positions and such. Get a lot of nice references. There are references of horses sitting, and actually a lot of the times they don't have their legs tucked. They actually have them out, like they're on their butt, and they kind of have the legs like sticking outward. Like if I just, you know, boom, boom, boom. Still actually have his hoof like hanging out here. And he'll just be sitting on his butt. I mean, it's something to play with. But it's nice. It's usually nice to have like harmonious designs, unless like it's a crazy world where the character design is, the whole part of the design. But since they're both ponies, something to think about. Because you also got like the more defined upper arm here for him, and then we lose that in the second arm. Because like I think a really great person to look at, I think, would be Earthsong, because she does very horse style. With Miss Bubblebutt, silly dino. Earthsong though, she does really expressive, really fun, really still cartoony emotions, but uses very horse-like anatomy. So if you ever have trouble like bending horse anatomy to do more cartoony things, I think she has a lot of great examples for that.
Really quick, can I just say that you should move Doctor Who's tail up a little bit? It's kind of coming out of his butt as opposed to his spine. But other than that, that's it. I agree with Allie.
All right, let's move on to the next ones. Wait, did I put them in? Oh, I didn't put them in yet. No.
Well, there's the one next to it.
Yeah.
I still think the Twilight's really cute, and the expression on Doctor Who's is great.
So we have a Fluttershy and a Twilight. This is by I don't remember.
Is it Shadow?
Oakenshield?
Oakenshield?
Oh,
there's a few people.
Oakenshield. Yes.
Thorin.
There is some interesting art decisions going on in here. You do some very smooth lines, though. Like, dang. You must spend the time on them. Someone just turn a rotary phone over there?
Is somebody shuffling cards with one of those shuffle card systems?
I think it's my type of computer. Is it this?
Kinda.
It's my fault.
Does the stream keep streaming freezing for anyone else? Well, not for me, that's for sure.
I also got another image for you when you're ready, Zom. I put it in the posty place.
Is that colored one? Yeah, Cold Trail. I have theirs. I just need to upsize the canvas for it. Thank you for watching, though.
Of course.
There we are. Will you folks doodle on that one? I'm just gonna paste on the next one. Oop. That's layer 2.
So who? Sorry, I was busy reading backlogs to see if we missed anything. But what have we discussed? I see green lines and purple lines.
We
Anyone
haven't
want to talk
discussed
about?
anything. We've all decided that we have quit art.
Oh, I see. What a
Yeah.
shame to go out before we hit 100.
Damn. I also just rotated the canvas and I don't know how to straighten it. I don't know how I rotated it. Oh, how could this happen to me? All right.
I might have to bail in a second.
That's okay. So,
Yeah.
so looking at your pony, you've really stretched out the bodies quite a bit, and I think that's causing a bit of your issues with it. So I've shrunk down Twilight's body so we can get her hip shoved up more, and her body dropped down. The head resized a touch. This would move her booty in and give it that little pop without making the hip straight. So when we get to that hip, it's going to look like this. We're actually going to be forcing it downwards. Just going to be forcing it back, I think. Yeah, something like that. Because she's sort of bowing down forwards. Kneeling? I guess? I don't know. I don't know what to call that. I'm going to go with a bow. Let me just take the other hip. And we pull the leg back. Because leg forward looks odd. Yeah. And that will make our tail come out of here. The reason we take the tail out of the top of the hip, or the top of the butt, is because if it goes any lower, it sort of looks like they're pooping out their tail. That's weird.
Sad days for tail. I mean, maybe it's a good conditioner.
Me, you. So much you.
It was open. I don't know. I just went for it. Maybe it was a bad idea.
So when you're building these up Oakenshield, are you using undersketching, or are you just going for gold?
Like the circles and like the arm bits help you out, all that fun stuff. Lines for gesture. Well, good. Yeah, definitely using the circles and lines are always going to be helpful. Like, always, especially in digital when they're so easy to hide after you don't need them anymore. Don't be afraid to get messy and sketch and use all that under sketching, because that's going to help so much. So much.
Yeah, I need to bail for right now. See you later, guys.
All right, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
See ya.
totally.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
that's all I got for this one. Anyone else for anything?
I would just say be careful of when you have, heads turned at such a dramatic angle. Odds are you're not going to be showing as much as you think you're going to need to show. Like, how we kind of see that the heads, if I like draw, this is where the back of the hair is. So clearly we're not looking, flat at the face. So the eye, I think, is showing much too much. You'd only have, like, if you look up here, just a little peek of it. Little itty bitty peek smushed in there, if anything. So just be careful with how much would actually show when you're drawing things at an angle. Get your references out, even if you need to take a ball and like draw a face on it and then spin that ball the direction the face is pointing so you can kind of see what disappears when you spin the ball.
You can also take your local pony toy and do the same thing with.
Exactly. Pony toys. There's even like a 3D pony maker. There's a website for one of them and you can spin that thing around for like just to get an idea.
Gary's Mod. Yeah.
Gary's Mod.
Source Filmmaker. Whatever you need. There's tools for that.
Mm-hmm. And of course other artists, real horses, the whole normal shebang of references.
I don't know if you want to walk up to a real horse and force its head around though.
Just have a carrot, you'll be fine.
All right, you got any further questions for us?
Awesome.
Cool, moving on. Next up is this top one. It is by person with vase. Cold Trail. Yes, they should have a face.
Faces.
I would like to remind everyone that this thing is still going on. You should all hop into it. It's the Aggie. Everyone can draw on it. It's awesome. Don't feel intimidated by the other pictures. Just throw whatever you want on there. It'll work. It'll be great. You'll have fun. I swear. Phone a friend.
So much fun. Nice job on these wings. That's like a tricky position to put them in. It's hard to get that flip. I think the only thing that would really help improve if you look up the actual structure of a wing, and how there's bones in them and where they bend, because right now it just kind of feels like a long noodle with feathers attached. So if you give it more structure and using that angle, it's gonna be like so much better. You're just gonna be like amazed to see the difference. Same with the other side. Just really getting that structure in that anatomy of a wing, how the bones, how the wing bend, and how the bones in the wing bend, and how the feathers are attached with the bones. But that angle you got going, the way it like curves, you see both sides of the wings. That's really hard to do, and that's really awesome. I should use a different color than lighter blue.
Might be a good call, maybe.
Possibly.
Fuchsia. Fuchsia's a purple, right?
Yeah.
All of these ponies are elongated. I think it's style stamp. You know what I mean?
I guess I have a question. Did you have struggle with perspective? Because I think some of these long limbs are caused from trying to, do that forced perspective.
Cut by the tree.
Okay, yeah. Perspective can be very, very hard, and I applaud you for attempting, because the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Oh, good, good. Grid layers are the best. They will help you. Using boxes and grids, they're going to help you align things. It just takes some time to get used to how to align things with a box, you know? Because we're doing organic shapes, ponies, living things, you know? It's not just a city. It's a lot easier when you're just drawing boxes and rectangles. So I think my main takeaway here is that you're having a little bit of trouble with how to actually break up these shapes into perspective, which is it's hard. It takes a lot of time and practice and understanding of just like horse and pony anatomy in general. But with the right references, like there's no quick fix to this, and there's really no quick fix to anything in art. Sadly, I wish it could just be snap your fingers and you understand. Oh my god, that would like that would make my life so much easier. But really get your references and just practice forms and shape. Really like drawing these, you know, ponies in 3D. I don't know if you've ever attempted just breaking them down into simple shapes like cylinders and, you know, balls and square muzzles on their face, that kind of thing, just to get the idea of a 3D space. Because I know sometimes it's hard to take the 2D object and put it in a 3D space, because a lot of the undersketching stuff tends to be very 2D. Like you'll get your circle and then maybe your lines, or that's not the right limb. Okay, so you get your lines and the hoof, and it's all very 2D. But then, you know, okay, so we got cylinders here that attach to each other, and you start kind of like building up that 3D appreciation of space. Boom, 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 all the way down to the hooves. And it looks rough and mangled and such at first, but you know, then you play with it and you figure out how overlapping lines really help with form, and there's so much to go into, but it's hard to do it all in one session. Hope I'm making sense and not just rambling.
You're making perfect sense to me.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything to say?
Uh, well, I mean, what we've discussed in some of the other images applies to this too. Mostly as far as perspectives and all that goes. I don't know. Do you have any questions on this? Like
Anything in particular that troubled you?
yeah, because you have a pretty solid foundation going on here, and these two ponies in particular are very good. This one's just elongated. Just gotta smoosh her down a bit. Because if you're to use your reference or your proportions, that head is way too small for that body. That can be said to the other ones, but it might just be a style. I'm not 100%. Words. Holy cow.
I brought you a letter.
Oh, someone brought me a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Crispy suggests dropping the horizon a bit.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Mm-hmm.
Try and help it to not just perspective, but framing.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cookie.
as you can hear, we're sort of burning out here, but we'll try and get through the rest of them.
Is there any after this?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
This one is by Maze Temporal. So, Maze, got any questions offhand? Also, Holy Celestia has very much a horse face. It's not wrong, it's just I've never seen people actually draw the nostrils out there without going for actual horse face. Well, the background Celestia eye? Sorry? Are you talking this eye right over here? Like there's a problem with that one? Oh. I think it's just a little too poofy. That's all. So how, yeah. I would tilt it inwards a bit more.
Yeah, and I would just be careful because even on these eyes, your drawing Q pencil case, they're both different sizes.
Yeah.
Just need to make the other one bigger. I mean, the shape's fine. That's all. I have a question for the green OC, the green-haired OC. Is that hair like Twilight hair, or just kind of really straight hair? Like, kind of like, is it the bangs that kind of are very flat and straight and fall over the face, or? As for which one you need to make bigger, the one Q pencil case is drawing right now, this eye.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so it's like sort of in the vein of Twilight's hair. It's just like the super straight, kind of flat, you know, like, because really, really straight hair kind of has that like flat appearance to it, not much volume to it. Yeah, my advice for that would be is like give it some more strands. I wouldn't cut it so flat. It feels very unnatural for hair to just be so perfect like that. I know we have like bangs and such, but it's a bit different. That's more of a design choice. Even for this, it could use, yeah, Q pencil case got this. Yeah, some little strands poking out, nice little tufts, little parts that break up. Give it some breakup in the middle instead of these just like straight flat lines. It'll really help. And the other thing, have a little bit of helmet hair going on in the fact that the hair feels like it's a helmet on the head. Something you can do to easily change that is have the hair come from the head rather than sit on the head. And I know, yeah, exactly what Q Pencil Case is doing. The follicles, the hair follicles are coming out of the head from that point, kind of like splitting off. So instead of just having like a circle and then, okay, so the hair sits on top, you know, you have that circle. Oh, hold on. My thing's tilted, so that probably looked weird. So you got your circle and you got an ear. So instead of like, okay, my hair sits on top of it, so you draw that kind of like that perfect line, you have it come out, have that puff come out, have that hair feel like, even when you're sketching, like have it come from the skull, so you get the kind of curves that the hair would float on. Stuff like that to play with. It'll really make the difference and make the hair feel more like hair, just these little things.
Do you have any further questions, Maze?
Okie pokey.
I think she stubbed a toe.
Royalty gets angry awful fast.
All right. Any more pictures people would like critiqued? If not, we're gonna call it a day.
Boop 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 ba doop boop. Streaming.
Yeah, streaming.
Oh yeah, let's check out the Aggie with the badass monsters.
What, Aggie? That's a thing. Oh, it's the Monsters Inc. monster.
Dang, it's so fierce in here. So many monster.
Oh, actually.
Well, actually.
Sure. That's why we're here.
Oh.
Struck by lightning. Fluttershy. She just looks like she murdered someone. Fluttershy. Alright. Wanted to throw an art piece to be critiqued. Wanted to see if I got Fluttershy's wings all right in the image.
All right.
Wings. Oops. Alright, let's talk the wings.
I am currently looking up references for wing hands and such, because I know that's when wings start being used like this, it's like they're in that weird gray zone of like
Yeah.
the hand territory.
Haven't what so what's going on right here? Is she like holding out the camera like a selfie?
No, that's the body.
That's definitely I think that's the arm, Allie. Look at the lines right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. I think she's just having her arm down.
Resting down with the arms folded up like that is a little odd. I think it might be better just to like sort of make her rubbing her hooves together, just sort of scaredy.
Kind of like if it were a human, like a human biting their fingernails up by their mouth or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that curled up feeling.
Get them close because hanging straight down is relaxed. You want the tension in the body. Now the wing, as wing hands, I don't know. The fact the show does it sort of is weird, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Your
think
pencil case is on the
got
job.
it. I was trying to think of which direction those would be going. That's it though.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going in for the pincer. Oh my gosh, Fluttershy's now a praying mantis.
Oh my gosh.
So QDP, you want to talk about what you did with that arm?
Which arm?
The wing. Sorry.
I'm not sure what I did. I made the bone, right? Bone, the wing. I do the 3 bone up, then down again, and then to make the feathers. This this here. Do you need me? Ow!
Oh no, don't hurt yourself.
Just that.
I can see that you put the wings in a more defined angle, and that's how I had them. Yeah, so that is the angle you have them. Here, let me help out a bit here. Where's my color? Let's go with the brighter color. So if we take those top feathers, we still have the rest of the feathers. They just have to be somewhere. So make them somewhere. I think that's the biggest problem here. The rest of the feathers just turned into like a chicken wing. The featherless chicken wings. So if we give the rest of the feathers shape as they pop out, then that wing will look just fine.
Also, I might suggest to add some more body language to the picture, pulling her ear backwards.
Oh yeah.
That's usually a sign of like intimidation or fear or sadness. It's generally more of a sadder look.
Yeah, that's what I got for this one. Any questions?
Yeah, any other trouble spots or things you wanted to work on? Beautiful cute pencil case masterpiece. The ear. So, what about the ear? So, what do you mean? Do you not like understanding the anatomy of an ear, or like how the shapes are formed?
They're football cut in half.
Pretty much. Like real horse ears have like this kind of cup thing going on for them.
If you look at the new MLP movie, they have that too.
I usually like to do like a hybrid, something that gets me like expressive. Like, the thing I did here, kind of like those shapes that you can just like, then you put like a little slit in. I mean, there's a billion and two different ways you can interpret ears. one of the things I would say is get yourself a bunch of references. You know, artists you really like, Real Horses, the show, and practice just drawing the ear. You know, even like looking at the reference, take the reference and like, you know, sketch out like the overall shape so you get a feel like, oh, okay, it's like an egg, like this really tall egg. And then what do they do to it? Maybe they have just like a line. So you get like an egg with a line. Or maybe, oh, they have something come up and over and around to have like a little inside depth going on in there. The best way to kind of get a grasp around ears is to draw them and draw in all the different kinds. Kind of feel it out, you know? You don't need to just stick with one kind of ear shape. There's so many ear shapes to explore. It's the fun of the cartoon is that you can kind of play around with what you do. Like cute pencil case. I don't know if some can go down a
Yeah.
little bit. Like pencil case has some real big, luscious, poofy ears that you just want to like kind of pinch and wiggle because they look so soft and big and fluffy. But like, there's so much to play around with.
I just want to snuggle the ear. Oh my god,
Right?
the ear is so fluffy.
You could just like, it's almost like it's like this. If it was big enough, you could like sit in that ear and be so comfortable. It'd be great. But yeah, like it's almost better. Like we could sit here and just draw you ears and ears and ears, but you'll feel much better if you go out, get ears, and just draw them. Look at them, really break them down. Like I said, take your reference and draw over top of it. Kind of get the feel, the overall feel, any kind of 3D shapes you feel from it. Get that form. All the fun ear studies to come. Ears are fun to study. They're just like these objects that are cute. Ears are really cute. I find them to be super cute on animals. Yeah, and like how Cute Pencil Case did, she drew 2 cylinders, right? You know what a cylinder, you know, you've seen, you know, a spray bottle, you've seen a can of soda. Cylinders, so simple shape. And she kind of like just took those shapes and broke down the ear from the shape. You know, using these big simple shapes to make smaller shapes or more complex shapes, they are your best friend. They can help you. They are your guides. Use them. She broke it down. She cut it, you know, it's almost like just cutting that sphere or the, you know, a sphere, whether it's sphere or a cylinder or whatever you want to, you know, discover or use. Awesome. And if there's nothing else, I guess we've reached the end of the stream.
Yeah, I mean, nah.
Wow.
All right. So thank you all for coming, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you all critiquers for hanging out and just going.
That was so cute. Oh, you guys are the best. We have a great time here.
Bye.